So for more insight, we now welcome from Washington, Behnam Taleblu, a senior fellow at the Foundation for Defense of Democracies. Thank you so much for your time on this day. So it would be a major breakthrough for Iran if indeed Mossad agents were bust inside the country. How credible are these reports? Your thoughts?
Well, pleasure to be with you. In short, I take an Occam's razor approach to these sorts of scenarios because the Islamic Republic has a tendency to report on intelligence cells, security cells that they allege are tied to foreign intelligence services that they either catch or apprehend at key times of domestic unrest. They've done this before. They've done this particularly on the country's periphery before. So in this instance, when you have almost 2 weeks of protests, beginning, as you mentioned, with the issue of water shortages, major droughts, in the province of Khuzestan, then spilling over into several other bordering provinces, and then actually making its way into the country's center, into Isfahan, and even yesterday into Tehran with chants of death to the dictator by protesters on the street. This is the regime, again, relying on a tried and true playbook, an outdated playbook, I should say, which is to point a finger abroad for the many failures that they have caused at home.
So, Behnam, there's also on the security front, in another development, a new INSS report that Iran is moving closer to nuclear proliferation. That Institute for National Security Studies is recommending Israel be prepared for military action if the deal is not reached. How likely is this, and what do you make of this so-called recommendation?
Well, in many ways, I'd be shocked if Israeli defense planners weren't prepared for a potential military scenario, even if a deal is reached. Because remember, what the current approach by U.S. policy is looking to do is it's looking to resurrect what we all know as a fatally flawed and already fast expiring nuclear deal. So even if a deal is reached, which puts a temporary cap on some of Iran's known facilities, there's much more that we know about the deal that was unknown then, thanks to Israel's raid on, for instance, Iran's atomic archive, exposing former documents about Iranian weaponization activities, the IAEA being able to push on some of these activities. I don't necessarily think there is a military solution here, but I certainly think military deterrence is going to be part of a much larger, comprehensive pushback against Iran's malign activities, nuclear proliferation being one, of course.
Thank you so much. Appreciate your insight as always. Behnam Taleblu speaking to us live from Washington. Be well.
Thank you.